Hi everyone, my name is Matt. I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and April is Autism Awareness Month. I myself was born with autism, including a learning disability, along with a cognitive disability. I have been struggling with it currently. Having it is a challenge for me because I struggle on comprehending and learning different advanced subjects at a certain advanced pace. Sometimes I struggle to communicate my thoughts in different social settings, including on social media platforms, and I get teased. Another thing to add that I struggle with having it is I have difficulty at understanding social cues from people, including girls along with women, and it's hard for me to understand people's personalities. Being teased or being bullied or being put down by other people, some of my friends and peers of my friends, and sometimes coworkers or volunteers about struggling with my disability, it is difficult. There are times where I lose friends because I struggle with my disability, and it even gets harder when peers of my friends encourage my friends to tease me about struggling with it. It's hard to live without having friends. When people get mean at me or put me down, or even if they call me mean names like retard, including slowpoke, or say mean phrases like how they think it's funny to tease someone with a disability like me. In a workplace, I deal with challenges with some coworkers who make fun of me for struggling at multitasking in a fast-paced environment. In a volunteering setting, some volunteers make fun of me for struggling on doing tasks at a certain pace or if I struggle on doing multitasking. On a regular basis, when people do mean things just because I'm different, including having a disability, I feel guilty and ashamed of myself. I take guilt very seriously because I question myself. Am I a bad person for having an autism spectrum? Is it true that if I'm not a perfect person, just because I can't multitask very well in a fast-paced environment? And what do I have to offer in the world if people don't appreciate me for trying my best to be a human being with good things, even if I struggle, and many others? In Autism Awareness Month, including every day or every month or every year, I always self-reflect of myself. I spend time thinking to myself, what type of person do I want to be? Do I really have friends or people that can like me, even if I struggle with autism spectrum? How should I motivate myself to continue to navigate a world where it is filled with meanness or it is polarizing for me? Am I a bad person if I struggle with social cues or if I have difficulty in communicating my thoughts? And many others. It is hard to try to think of the right answers for these questions because I struggle to find a permanent solution. All I can do is find short temporary solutions because sometimes not every solution works in a way that I want it to be. As myself with a disability, all I can try to remind myself is that it is important to be kind to other people. Being compassionate, including understanding of when people have struggles in life. And be creative while using critical thinking to learn things, or to do tasks, or to understand different situations. It is not easy doing this approach because it gets rejected by people. Sometimes people, including even some of my own friends, don't like this approach of me trying to be a human being. All I can simply just do is to remind myself that I just want to put myself on a good path, even if I struggle with my disability, or if I can't even have many friends, or if people aren't appreciative of me for wanting to be a better person who works hard, even if I struggle. When it is hard for me to talk to other people or people who I know when I struggle with my challenges of having an autism spectrum, or if I just simply just want to talk about the interests that I have, all I can simply do is to record my voice into my computer where it helps me process my thoughts and have it read back to me. I do this as a way to try to organize my thoughts, to understand what my feelings are, and to even figure out how to process my thoughts of wanting to be a better human being when there are situations that is hard for me to understand. It breaks my heart and makes me sad when I try so hard to be a balanced person who is trying to understand myself with a disability and understanding how to navigate my struggles, because many people, including people who I know, or some of my friends, tell me that I'm a Debbie Downer or that I am a negative person. I have to remind myself that I am just a human being who is trying to understand the world or even trying to understand myself when I struggle with a disability. I get scared all the time in society when I see public officials or people in the judicial system or people in the news media or social media influencers or TV shows, including movies, where they use anti-disability stigma or to even promote stereotypical things about how people with disabilities or people with autism spectrum are bad people. When they do this type of foreign behavior, it changes people, including people who I know, or some of my friends that I'm around, where they continue to believe in this anti-disability stigma. All the time, I keep praying to myself about how I want to have kindness. I want people to be kinder and understanding of me when I struggle with my disability. But also, I want people to know that I am simply just a human being trying my best to do good things. I keep praying every day because I want to be in a world where I can see good, feel okay if I struggle with my disability, and not having to be ashamed for having it. I know that in this world that we live in, there are many people who have disabilities, who have learning disabilities, and even people with autism spectrum too. They are simply just trying to navigate life when there is so much challenges or when there is so much bigotry, including hate against people with disabilities. As myself with a disability, I strongly believe that people with disabilities should have equal rights, have accommodations to help them in a job or in education or in other public settings. Even though I have faced discrimination for having a disability or being bullied or even harassed for having it, every day I pray, including thinking of good thoughts along with positive vibes for people with disabilities, along with people with autism spectrum, to have something good in life. Be able to have kindness, including compassion when they struggle in life, and for them to be treated as human beings. It is not easy to convince the world, including public officials or celebrities or people in general, or even if you know people, about the need to be kinder to people with disabilities or people with autism spectrum too. I believe that there is a need to be a voice for people with disability rights, including people with autism spectrum too, where they can live in a world where there isn't hate or bigotry or even prejudice. I want to see more public officials, celebrities, including people in the news media industry, to be strong allies for people with disability rights, including people with autism spectrum too. Also for people who have disabilities who are struggling, or even people with autism spectrum too, or even when we have Disability Awareness Month or Autism Awareness Month. I want to send all my good thoughts, including my positive vibes and my prayers for all of you who are struggling. And I'm sending my compassion and my understanding to everyone. Thanks for taking the time to listen to my short speech about my thoughts of Autism Awareness Month, my short little challenges of struggling with my disability, and how I'm trying to understand myself as a human being with my disability. I want to see a world where we can all treat people with disabilities, including people with autism spectrum, kindly and respected. Thank you.